Just want to give you an update on this. If you haven't been tracking this or haven't seen this, this literally just came out yesterday, depending on when you're watching this. But this bill that was released, or at least introduced in Congress, is something that's going to really positively affect, I believe, positively affect veterans who have retired from active federal service, Title 10 retirement, or those veterans who rate 100% VA disability. And what is this bill? Why is it important to you? And some of the baseline information about it. It's actually really super short, so this video shouldn't take more than a few minutes, but just bear with me for a hot second and I'm going to get to the details. So this bill, under legislation introduced by Republican Jen Kiggins, representative from Virginia, and former Navy pilot. Financial opportunities for retirees and warriors advancing retirement development, or the Forward Act, would also allow veterans who are 100% disabled send a portion of their monthly benefits from the Department of Veterans Affairs to Thrift Savings Plan that they opened during military service, according to the bill. Now, if you've been in service for a while, you probably know Thrift Savings Plan was enacted a while back, a few decades ago. More recently, it was brought to the military community so military members could use the Thrift Savings Plan. And basically what it is a way to put money into an investment fund. There's a few different funds that you can choose from, whether you're looking for long-term investment, short-term investment. So usually when you get out of the military, or if you come off active duty, or if you were using TSP in any government capacity, and you leave that government capacity, generally you still have access to that TSP account. You can look at it. It can build wealth over time, but you can't actually deposit money into that account to increase the overall amount of the account. Now, I just want to show you the bill itself, and that it was introduced on the 26th of August, on the 19th of August, in the 119th Congress for session. HR 4996, and this bill is also just introduced, so it still needs to go through a few steps before it becomes a law. Hoping to track this over time to see where it goes, how it goes, and what who's passing it, who's not passing it, who's putting up the roadblock behind it. I feel like this is one of those bills that could easily get traction, easily get pushed to the president, and easily become a law pretty quickly. And then the back end of that is getting the VA and the TSP organization to meet together to implement what the results of this bill are. So basically, it's two parts, really short. It's got the title up here, and then it's got the sections under Section 2, eligibility of retirees or disabled members of the uniformed services. Any individual who is a former member of uniformed services or who is entitled to retired pay under Chapter 71 of Title 10, or who is in receipt of compensation under Section 1114 of Title 38 for a disability rated at 100%, and who is not an employee, may elect to contribute a portion of such pay or compensation to the Thrift Savings Fund. An election to contribution of the Thrift Savings Fund under this subsection may be made to provide as provided under Section 8432. No contribution shall be made for the benefit of individuals described under Paragraph 1. Under Section 8432 of this title, individual described under Paragraph 1 may not contribute to the fund under this subsection unless individuals had an account with the fund before the date the individual separated from uniformed services or the civil service. Meaning, if you didn't have TSP before, then you can't just go back and turn on a TSP account, and then, at least that's the way I'm reading it. No later than 180 days after the enactment of this act, the Federal Retirement Thrift Savings Thrift Investment Board, in coordination with the Department of Defense and the Department of Veterans Affairs, shall issue regulations to implement this act and the amendments made by this act. So this is really great. I will leave a link to both of these, the bill itself, and I'll leave a link to the Stripes article covering this bill about the Thrift Savings Plan. You can read through that. It's real quick as well. I feel like this is going to help veterans out, help retirees out who maybe started doing thrift savings, did it for a few years, put a little money into it, didn't really pay attention to it, got out, and had accumulated a little bit of money in their TSP. And now hopefully this will give them the ability to continue to invest in the TSP, continue to contribute to the TSP to build that retirement account to offset regular retirement or a second job after retirement, a second career after retirement, to just be able to give you a broader amount of options when it comes to savings, when it comes to retirement funding, and having money stowed away for when you actually stop working, when you stop going to a job, when you just decide to take a break, take it easy, play with the grandkids, sit in the backyard and sip lemonade and iced tea. So just that's all I had. I just want to get that out there to you real quick and hope you have a great day.